Hey guys and girls, Daily PvP is on once more. I am Flavored, and this time gonna be watching a sort of ranked match from Tomb of Freedon Nadd, European PvP server I know a lot of you know and love, as many of you guys who watch my videos play there. And you know, the best PvP is on the Tomb of Freedon Nadd, right? No offense to the Prophecy of the Five players or the Bastion, but we all know, if you want PvP, you come to the Tomb of Freedon Nadd. Anyways, the game we'll be watching is taking place in the pit. The Hutts will be seeing quite an entertaining Huttball match today, as it will be taking place between MVPs, a formerly all-Russian team, natives to the tomb, but recently, in order to survive, since some of their players have stopped the game, they had to recruit some non-Russian players, but still MVPs are staying strong. Their setups are usually good. They're not afraid of experimenting, even though they've started losing somewhat more games than they lost than they have been in the past. Still, the team is definitely one of the strongest out there. But they will be going against Nostrum Dolus, a team that needs no introduction. They've been dominant on the red eclipse, and even after moving, they've practically defeated every team that's come to the Tomb of Freedon Nadd, every team. And definitely can be regarded as one of the top teams, if not in the world, even though that might as well be true, but at least on at the European PvP scene. Anyways, enough of the ego stroking. Let's move on to reviewing the setups for these guys, and look at that pretty diverse setup for Nostrum Dolus. An interesting thing here is that they've got the Caro as a hybrid tank guardian. He will be switching forms, and that will be interesting to see. He will be trying to get that unremitting from vigilance when he's got the ball. Other than that, they've got, of course, a commando, they've got combat, they've got focus, everything that the team needs to win a Huttball. At the same time, though, and that is interesting, MVPs got a lot of combat, and their guardian DPS is spec'd vigilance. That is something very unorthodox, because they will not have any heavy hitters, but instead will be relying on crowd control and mobility play, and we will see how it will work out for them. But remember that combat and vigilance can be easily healed through, and there is not a lot of AoE for MVPs, so they have to rely on clever tactics. But anyway, it looks like Nostrum Dolus was able to grab the first ball, and the Sub-Zero, a gunslinger of theirs, is already getting a lot of hit on him, and is going down. Unfortunately, healers were not able to keep him up. Still, though, the ball carrier for Nostrum Dolus is making his way towards the line of MVPs, and there is a heated battle in the middle, some of which is taking its place on the northern high ground. MVPs are trying to focus fire, because seriously, they have no other option. They have to direct their damage from combat specs as well as vigilance on a single target. But you can see that they're having a really hard time taking a single commando already. Trying to use some grenades, and there we go. First point goes to Nostrum Dolus, and look at that. Even though they all stack together, that's another problem. Most of their team, most of the MVPs are melee. They have to stack together. Even though they stacked and there was a good grenade, but still they were able to grab the ball. Good job there. Green Beam is getting a lot of hit, but will probably stay alive. No, it goes down. At the same time, he will be dropping out at the line. Maybe he will be able to prevent the enemy ball carrier from scoring or doing something. It looks like there is already a support spell hunter coming in. Pulls the ball carrier, and he will probably be waiting for the signal from his team on the state of the middle. Green Beam, though, is making his way towards the middle himself, will be assisting his team, trying to clean out the MVP members from here. Definitely something he has to do right now. Lars Sono, his protege, gunnery commando from MVPs, is taking a lot of heat going down. So far, though, it looks like Nostrum Dolus has the upper hand here, and then that is definitely to be expected. After all, they have to have bigger damage here. I don't know. Gunslinger definitely has the upper hand on Combat Sentinel in a team fight, as well as Vigilance Guardian, as well as having a focus. Definitely puts a lot of pressure on the enemy team. At least a single focus against 4 melee attackers, even though combat spec takes 30% reduced damage from AoE attacks, but definitely having one hard hitter such as focus player puts a lot of pressure on all melee team, which has to stack to deal damage. And look at that, Vlad Lan, shadow tank for MVP, is a little bit out of position, and meanwhile Nostrum Dolus grabbed the ball, and Vlad Lan will not even be able to try to do something, maybe go for a pull or anything, because he just got caught in the middle, got focus fired, and went down. At the same time, we can see that unfortunately MVPs, it doesn't look like MVPs can really put a lot of pressure in the mid with the current setup they have. I don't know, they also do not have any sniper in their setup, so all they can rely on is a good leap from Seneki, maybe to grab the ball, or play from Vlad Lan with his resilience, but so far it's not exactly going their way, even though they were able to grab the ball this time. It's Larsono who did it. We'll see if he will be able to carry the ball, but you know, if Commando has all the defensive cooldowns, has his adrenal, he can be quite sturdy, and we can see from here that he is easily kept up. Also has a tank with him. He will be passing as soon as it's safe, I assume. Meanwhile, the remaining Nostrum Dolus members are being wiped here in the middle. Look at that. For whatever reason, Nostrum Dolus just decided to kind of abandon the mid, even though they had 4 members here. They were kind of all over the place, not exactly healing when it was required. But look at that. 3 to 4 people attacking Green Beam, and he is being kept alive by a single player that definitely, by a single healer that definitely says something about the DPS on MVP's side, even though it's not exactly small, but it is not enough in this case, in this situation. Meanwhile, it looks like there's a heated battle in the pit on MVP's, on Nostrum Dolus' side, of course. Apologize for that. Looks like Spell Hunter is going to be providing some support for the ball carrier, but I'm not sure. It looks like he does not yet have the pull. Maybe he used it before, and it doesn't look like Light Storm there has intercede, but finally does it, and Nostrum Dolus disengaged, going back into the middle. Looks like though MVPs here they will not be grabbing the ball. I was expecting that Vladlen will be using resilience and will be using deflection, doing basically everything to get that next ball. Doesn't happen, even though Vladlen was present in the middle, but for some reason he was unable to. Maybe he was controlled, I don't know. It was hard to see, and it immediately middle turns into a mess. Seneki is trying to control Sub-Zero, and actually, you know what, even though Nostrum Dolus have a sniper here in the middle, but he is not really doing what we're used to be seeing. He's not really trying to go for the ball, not really trying to play that entrench, that flash grenade, nothing of that sorts, and it's other members of Nostrum Dolus that end up controlling the ball and going for it. Maybe if Sub-Zero was doing a little bit of a better job, but then again, MVPs are doing quite a good job at putting pressure on that sniper. And look at that great grenade, and sniper was out of the game there. Unfortunately, maybe he could have changed what's just transpired. And as you can see, this is really a vulnerable moment for MVPs when they're trying to grab the ball. Unfortunately, Nostrum Dolus was not yet able to counter it, but it is a very vulnerable moment because every one of their members stacks on that ball spawn, and it could be easy to just use that pulse detonator of a sniper here to like knock them all back. Of course, there is always a vigilance of Seneki, there is always resilience of Vladland, but at the same time, if Vladland does not pop deflection, there is always leg shot, which could slow him down, and the only problem is of course Seneki, but that could be preemptively controlled. You know, overall, the setup of MVPs requires a good amount of skill to actually pull something off here. It might have been better if they went to double focus, but then again, it looks like what they have right now is definitely working for them. Although maybe I don't know. It could have. It is just tasking them. That's what it feels from this spot, and at the same time, as I've been saying all that, it looks like Nostrum Dolus has successfully wiped all the MVP pressure, and Vladland went down as well. That is a little bit weird. He could have been staying in stealth in the middle, maybe gone out of combat, doing something, because as soon as they score, as soon as Lightstorm walks over that line of Nostrum Dolus, MVP's got absolutely nothing to answer Nostrum Dolus here. No chance to grab that ball. Ratmir was trying to do something to control as many Nostrum Dolus members and put them out of the game for at least a little while, but it doesn't look like they can. Another thing here, of course. A lot of possibilities on the Nostrum Dolus' side to counter all these routes that MVPs have. There is always hold the line. There is the hybrid on the Kara's side, playing, being able to utilize Unremittent if he swaps forms. So the setup of MVPs might not yield as much as they would want it to yield. Definitely something. Maybe they're experimenting with this. I am not sure, guys, but like I said before, it feels as if MVPs are pressured considerably. For right now, they're trying to take down as many Nostrum Dolus members as they only can. But if previously Nostrum Dolus willingly left just a few members in the mid, and the MVPs could do something about it, but it looks like right now MVPs just cannot. And yes, Lightstorm cannot wait any longer. And look at that. Was Vladland affected by grenade through resilience? That was a little bit weird, and is unable to. Well, sometimes it happens, sometimes it's possible to break through resilience. Even the chance is very slim, but sometimes it's possible. Or maybe it's just a delay. The grenade was thrown actually a little bit sooner than he used resilience. Sometimes it happens. A lot of things are dependent on latency, of course. And, well, Nostrum Dolus are in control of the ball once more, but it's turning into a goddamn exciting game. Seriously, so many possibilities. Unfortunately, MVPs are a little bit on the back foot here, and I keep blaming their setup for this. They expected a lot of control, a lot of mobility, but at the same time they don't really have the tools to pick up the balls here. They're always vulnerable when they go for that respawn. They always have to stack. They can be easily controlled. Just look at that. That awe on 4 members was just awesome. Well, green beam went down, but of course, that someone's decided to do some construction right next to me. Come on, you will have to listen to the hammer for at least 1 minute. I apologize for it, but anyway, 3-3, and whoever grabs the ball next, I don't know. As soon as the car scores here, it will be 4-3. 1 minute is left. He's trying to stall for as long as possible, because you know, basically it is already a victory for Nostrum Dolus here. There we go. He scores. Still 45 seconds. Who will be? Oh my god, Lightstorm is actually able to grab the ball here. Will he be scoring? Nostrum Dolus are doing everything to slow him down. 30 seconds, it's still possible. But I don't know. Larsen flies into the acid. Lightstorm is walking, but very slowly. 20 seconds left. Will he be able to? He still might do it. Leaps. He's very close. He is... he still has some resolve, but what was that pass? Oh my god. You know what happened? It's something that happens quite often to all of us players. It's because of the camera, because a little bit of that top ledge was in his line of sight. It was within his camera, within his field of view. Instead of passing in front of him, I think Spell Hunter went in front of the Lightstorm. But Lightstorm unfortunately clicked on that ledge. We can see it right now on the screen, and he passed on top of him instead of in front of him. Sometimes it happens. Well, unfortunately, targeting and camera system in this game is still not as polished as it could be, and that led to a pretty damn huge mistake. Otherwise, who knows? Well, I still don't know. I don't think Spell Hunter could have made it even if the pass was successful. Still a pretty damn good game. And god damn you, whoever it was using that freaking hammer. Seriously, that scared all the senses out of me. Anyway, let's quickly look at what we have in terms of damage, and definitely, of course, Nostrum Dolus is clearly on top here, but that was to be expected because MVP's side was consistent of like single target control players rather than hard hitters. Even though Seneki and his Vigilance definitely performed quite well, 100k protection with 500k damage. On the other hand, everyone else are a little bit subpar to what it should have been to actually put the pressure that was required to actually drive Nostrum Dolus back. Still a pretty damn good game. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and MVPs seemed quite consistent there. And if not for the mistake, maybe they could have won it. I'm not so sure. On the other hand, this game could have looked considerably different, I think, had they a good sniper in their setup who could have gone for the balls, because they definitely had a lot of problems picking up these balls. They had to stack around this spawn area. They were easily controlled by all these AoE grenades, by these AWs, by the flashbangs, and at the same time, Nostrum Dolus had a quite diverse setup to counter all melee approach from MVPs. Still, MVPs held quite nicely, and that was a good game to see. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed it as much as I did. For now, though, I'm bailing out. Don't forget, subscribe at youtube.com/dailypvp, as well as follow me on twitch.tv/dailypvp. Like and follow me on Facebook and Twitter at both at /dailypvp, as well as maybe share this game on your social media for your friends to see, because it would be really cool to get more people interested in the game, as well as maybe some other games in the future. Who knows what might happen. I plan to stay for quite a while. Love me or hate me, it's up to you. I'm not going anywhere regardless, and I'm here to stay. And for now, I'm wrapping this up. Really good game. Let me know, guys, what you think MVPs could have done differently in this scenario. I'm interested to see your thoughts on this game. I feel like MVPs could have had it if only they played it a little. I'm kind of dissatisfied with the play from Vladlen here. He got caught out in the middle of nowhere quite a few times, and he was basically the only reliable tool for MVPs to control the ball there. Really could have played it considerably more planned out, I should say, I think. But that one time when he got grenaded through resilience was a little bit odd. Anyway, Tell me what you think in the comments. For now, I'm bailing out, wishing you all a good day. And that's that. Let the credits roll and stay healthy.